Good evening and welcome to the second day of Youth Leadership Program speech performance by Tunas, Karya, Foundation and Toastmasters International of Italy. I'm Felix from Santa Maria High School, Tanjung Pinang.
I'm Ansha from St. Maria High School, Tanjung Pinang, and both of us will be your MC for this evening live stream. Now, before we start the performance, I would like Alex here to lead an opening prayer.
Right, so we're going to pray together. Let's start. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Amen. Our Father in heaven, thank you for bringing us here today. Thank you for everything you've done so we can be healthy and we can attend this evening performance. I wish you to give us guidance so that this performance can go smoothly and well because you're our God, one and only God, now and forever. Amen. Son, Holy Spirit, Amen.
Thank you, Felix, for the prayer, and now I will welcome Young Chacha, the coordinator of D2, to start the welcoming speech.
Being a teacher is one of the best decisions in my life. Hi everyone. Hi the participant of youth leadership programs. Wow, we have passed one semester of these programs. I'm really proud of you. Honestly, as a coordinator of G2, I love being around you, and honestly also I learn much more from you. I apologize if I haven't give my best for you, but trust me, you have given your best from me. Now, I want to tell you about my best decision in my life. Being a teacher was a quite hard decision actually for me at that time. I have to choose English education study programs as my major. And at that time, I felt very hard to join the class. And then my lecturer told me that if you don't like this major, so please learn diligently and pass quickly. From that time, I realized that I have to finish my study on time. I have to finish my thesis on schedule and I had to graduate it as soon as possible. After I was graduated, I thought my burden released, but it was not. I tried to apply it in a hotel and I worked in a hotel for 5 years. Up and down in a hotel made me realize that this is the best decision for me. And then after that, I applied as a teacher in 2008. This is my mom desire actually. I was afraid at that time. I was afraid that I couldn't become a great teacher. I was afraid that I would be hated by all the students. And from that moment, I almost gave up finding how good being a teacher. How could I become a love teacher? Then I just tried and I realized that practice made perfect. I couldn't make it only 1 year. I have to be brave and I tried to myself that I will become a great teacher later. Then now I realize that I love teaching. I love sharing my knowledge with students. I love knowing that my students get success in their way. And then I love being loved by all the students. And of course, I love having a long holiday as a teacher because I couldn't get it in a hotel. Then I know you as a participant, maybe you are afraid, but please be brave to show your performance, to join the class well, because to be afraid and to be brave is a kind of your courage. That's from me, class. So, having a good holiday. Merry Christmas for all of you. See you next semester. And bye bye.
Many thanks to Ma'am Chacha for that amazing speech. Now, first in our agenda, there will be an entertainment section that will be performed by Santa Maria Goretti Junior High School.
You gotta help me, losing my mind. Keep getting the feeling you wanna leave this all behind. It's all we were going strong, it's all we were holding on me. No, they don't teach it. This is school. Now my heart's breaking and I don't know what to do. It's all we were going strong, it's all we were holding on. You and me got a whole lot of history. We could be the greatest thing that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. So don't let it go. We can make some more. We can live forever. All of the rumors, all of the fights. We always find a way to make it out alive. It's all we were going strong. It's all we were holding on. Are we? You and me got a whole lot of history. We could be the greatest thing that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. So don't let it go. We can make some more. We can live forever. Expensive cars, hotel rooms, new tattoos, new champagnes, private planes, but they don't mean anything. The truth is out. I realize it's out to heal. It's just a lie. It's not the end, not the end. We can make it. You know that you know. You and me, I got a whole lot of history. We could be the greatest thing that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. So don't let it go. We can make some more. We can live forever. Got a whole lot of history. We could be the greatest thing that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. So don't let it go. We can make some more. We can live forever. So don't let me go. We can live forever. Baby, don't you know we can live forever?
Thank you, Santa Maria Goretti Junior High School for the entertainment section. And now we are going to the speech part. For the first speaker, we have Elma Angelita Chen from Yoshidasu Junior High School, Batam, with the title of The Best Part.
Every time when I close my eyes, I become more and more afraid that I will not have a tomorrow. There is a moment when I thought about what is the best part in my life, what it could be, and that grew thousands, million answers in my brain. But it grew to one conclusion that everything is the best part in my life. When I was little, my parents always taught me how to be grateful in my life. Never forget, always say thank you to God for getting through every each day, even though it's a sad day, a happy day, a merry day, whatever day it is, that God is still with me and always in me. Sometimes there's just some days that it's very, very, very painful to me, and it endlessly shrink me into thinking that everything is just fine and it's just a fever dream. I will never forget that during my younger self was trapped in the COVID-19 season, that I have never understood how deadly the virus was until my parents, both of my parents, got the virus at the same time. They were coughing so hard that I could have burst myself listening to it. My mom was having a hard time breathing, and younger me, oh, she was definitely scared. She was actually happy and sad at the same time. She was happy because she didn't have to experience how having the virus feels like, and also sad for the people who is hanging on to be free or to be healthy from the virus. And that's the part that made me realize I should be more grateful in my life. Like in being grateful in small things. Example, having to breathe again right now, or having the ability to listen my speech, and having the ability to see my face right now is just a big blessing from God to us. There's a lot of people who can't hear, who can't see, and even billions or trillions of people who can't experience the living right now. And that is the best part. The best part of our life is everything. We are tend to not realizing it. We are not grateful for ourselves. And we often to lose faith to God. I am writing this speech to all the people that is having difficulties in expressing their self in life. It's hard, but that's okay. I believe God has made a well made plan for everybody, for you. You just have to be grateful for what you are having right now, and everything is going to be just fine. I will close my speech with a song lyric that has a connection to my speech, which I can say. It goes, there is not a single moment that is meaningless to me. Not knowing where the end is, every moment is the best part. Thank you, everybody, for listening to my speech. Have a very nice day. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you for that speech performance. That was amazing, Elma and Angelica. And now, for the next speaker, we have our beautiful Alice Francisca from St. Yusuf Junior High School, Tanjung Balai Karimun, with the title of Don't Let It Define Your Abilities.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. All of you have your own stories in your lives. Am I right? Either happy or even sad. And right now, here I am. I'll be talking about one of my life stories, my education life up to now, which was quite competitive. When I was 7 years old, I got the first place in my class. It was so sudden that I was super surprised and delighted by that achievement. I was as proud as a peacock, but didn't get much thought about it. But unfortunately, in second semester, my rank dropped to the second place. I'm pretty sure that was the beginning of my competitiveness, the feeling of losing. I didn't really like it. The person I considered as academic rival had been securing the first place ever since then. I kept wanting back my first place to the point that I studied every day and every night until I got sick, and only thinking to beat that person and get back my first place. But my wish was never fulfilled. I kept failing to grab the first place. The more competitive I was, the more the rank fell further from me. The worst was in 4th grade. My rank fell out from top 3 and I was so frustrated and embarrassed of myself. I felt so disappointed when they didn't call out my name for top 3 in class. When I went home that day, I kept thinking to myself, how are they getting smarter? What about me? It was more surprising than when I fell out to 2nd place. That time, I didn't even get into the top 3. During the pandemic, I had a hard time understanding the lessons due to online classes. Despite all of that, I tried my best to focus on the teacher's explanation. One time, I had a sudden reflection on myself when I saw a post on an app where it says, "Don't let low rank define your abilities. How you choose to overcome it is what sets you apart from the rest." I was quite stunned by that quote. I don't really have to prove my abilities by only always getting the first place. I realized that the real definition of smart is having a high degree of mental ability, being a bright and a smart student who knows how to deal with a new and difficult situation. That's the real definition of it. The younger me had always thought that, oh, the first rank defines me, the first rank means everything to me. Ever since then, I stopped overworking myself to get the first place. I kept reminding myself to prioritize my health. You can study, but also don't forget about your health. That's what I've been telling myself. This lesson has been always kept in my head. I don't overwork now. I do it normally, slowly, and with certainty. I study and pay attention to the teachers. I don't have to study every day and every night only thinking to be like anyone else until I get sick. I also realized that health is super important through this experience, or you may say lesson. Health is expensive. Ladies and gentlemen, remember to take care of your health before you overwork. Don't overwork too frequently. Remember, how you choose to overcome your low rank is what defines you, just like my story. Do not ever let it define your abilities. I think that's what I have to say for now. Thank you for listening to my speech. It's been an honor for me to be among such accomplished individuals and to be able to present my perspective. Thank you and good evening.
Thank you, Alice, for the amazing speech performance. And now we are going to move on to the third speaker. Evelyn Mardianto from St. Teresa Junior High School, Pangkal Pinang, with the title of My Journey on Not Giving Up Easily.
So hello everyone, today I want to tell you guys about my speech about myself and my journey on not giving up that easily. So growing up, I always struggle with almost everything in life. I get so frustrated when I couldn't understand or even when I couldn't express myself the way that I wanted to. At least some kind of point, people might think that I should just give up and stop chasing for my dream. But the fact that giving up was never really an option for me. And instead of giving up, I actually practice and study harder so that I can be better. So, in the past, I ever joined 2 storytelling competitions. It all went well, but unfortunately, I never won any of them. Now people might see that I am a loser. Just because I haven't won any competition yet, it doesn't make me a loser. And instead of giving up, I actually practice a lot. I practice my English skills and many things as much as possible so that I can be better. And not only that, also in the past, I ever failed a math test. I was so sad because I thought that I can do the test well, but turned out I didn't pass. Well, I was frustrated at first, and I do a lot of research so that I can improve my studies. And then I found a new method and approached the math lesson back with a new and fresh perspective. And as the result, I became one of the best students in my class that can solve the hard math question given by the teacher. So the point that I am trying to tell you guys is that we all in this life have our own challenges to face. And I believe that we all have the potential to pass all of them. It may be hard at first, but once we succeed, we will be happy. And don't even ever let someone call you a loser or a failure, or even tell you that you can't do something just because maybe you're not capable of doing something. Well, I think in that moment we should really just keep going forward and train ourselves to become better for the future. And we must also always remember to be the best version of ourselves. I think that's all from me. Thank you so much for listening to my speech. I hope you guys have a nice day.
What a great performance from Evelyn Ardianto. But now for the fourth speaker, we have Shaina Angelica Wijaya from Santa Teresa Junior High School, Pangkal Pinang, with the title of My Journey on Trying to Keep Up on Everybody's Expectation.
Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a speech about story of my life. For the title that I choose, or the theme, is my journey on trying to keep up on everybody's expectation. So of course everything has to start with how it started, like what is the beginning of what caused it. And for me, for this factor of my life, it all started when I was a child. Yes. So of course it is from my closest environment, it's from my family. That is the biggest problem I've had in my life. Maybe because when I was still young as a child, when I was like first grade, second grade, third grade, probably when I see my report card, it's never red, it's really great. I'm always top 5 of the class, and the lowest rank I've got probably 6, maybe. And that proves that I am not like that bad at studying academically. Like I'm pretty good at studies, school. I mean, I'm pretty smart. And that probably made my parents' expectation and hopes up, which make them put more expectation on me to do better. But of course that is normal for every kid, for every parent to want their kid to have like good scores, good schools, so they can have a better future, easier for everything in life, I guess. Well, the way my dad, especially my dad, put pressure on me for that expectation of his is kinda a little bit too much for me. I don't know, but as a child it was a little bit too much, because if I did not get score up from 90, like below 80, it's I'm gonna get so much punishment. First of all, I would be like so panicked when I get bad scores. It all started from little anxieties and then panic attacks, and then started to be a little bit of depression, and then it just lived up to me. It literally eats me up. As the first child of the family, of course, my dad put even more pressure and more expectation for me, so my brothers could follow up. And everything that I've told you guys is only the beginning. After that, my 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, and now 8th grade, it becomes worse than before. If before it was only like below 80, now it's pretty much below 90. I'm just gonna tell you guys the truth, but if I get any score below 90, I'm not gonna tell my dad. I never really tell my dad if I have any score below 90 because, well, I kinda can't say I got some childhood trauma. I don't want to say it, but sometimes my dad's a little bit too harsh on me, I guess. But I've lived up to it, and my dad's gotten better. At least he's not that harsh anymore, even though I'm still really scared. I mean, my greatest fear is my dad, and it's why. It's because my dad put so much pressure on me, and when I don't do what he wants, and when I don't reach his expectation, I just am a failure for him. Yeah, so I've been really trying on my life to just stay in my dad's expectation, to be like good enough. Every time I've got into competitions, I'm very scared that I wouldn't win, because what my dad wants about me is that I win all the time. I need to win. That's what I want to do, and that's what I need to do. Everything about the expectation in my life is really eating me up. A lot of people also demand me for good stuff, but for me, it's my family that really pushed me through it. It is a bad factor that my dad's kind of harsh to me, but it is good factors for my life too, because it's kind of pushing me throughout motivation throughout life. So yeah, thankful. Thank you.
Thank you, Shema, for the amazing performance. Now we are going to the 5th speaker. Let's welcome Aaron Smith from St. Paulo's Junior High School, Pangkal with the title of Childhood Dream.
Okay, so hello everyone. Now read the scenario in your head. Okay, let's go. So, this is your first day at school. You are really happy, really excited. Yay! Now, you sit at your desk and the class starts and the teacher asks you, hey, what is your dream? And the answer must be one of these 4, right? Maybe you want to be a police officer, really cool. Run really fast, try to catch a criminal, go on a high-speed chase, ride in the mobile maybe, or in a motorcycle, or maybe a helicopter. Shoot the criminal, bang, bang, bang. Or maybe you want to be a superhero, like Superman. Have a superhuman strength, can fly, can shoot laser from your eyes. Or maybe you want to be a Spider-Man, climb a wall, have a spider sense, and let's just be real. In your childhood, when the first time you see the movie Spider-Man, you try to get your hand bitten by a spider, right? No? Well, it must be hurt, and your dream is shattered because you don't have the power even though you already endured the bite. Okay, or maybe you want to be an astronaut. Go to space, walk in the moon, jump in the moon like there is no gravity, see the earth from far, far above. Or maybe you want to join the military, join in a war, shoot, use a weapon, really cool, get really buff, really strong, right? Okay. So that is really good memory. Your childhood dream have a ton of good memory. Okay, so one of your childhood dream is when you get bit by the spider, you're not trying to be the Spider-Man, get the Spider-Man power. You cry because you can't endure the pain. And your mother comes to you. She asks to you, "Hey, what happened? Don't worry, don't cry." You hear her warm voice calming you up. She asks you, "How are you? Why are you crying?" And she tried to stop your cry and try to fix the wound. She tried to stop the pain. And your father ran to there, asks you, "Hey, be strong. You can endure it. What happened? Are someone hurt you?" Both of them are really worried about you. And that is your childhood dream. A childhood memory that can never be repeated. So, back to the title of this video, a childhood dream. A dream about repeating your childhood that can never be repeated. But maybe it can, who knows? Okay, that's all I want to say. Remember about all of your parents have done to you. And that's all I want to say. Thank you everyone for listening. Never forget about the favor that your parents do to you when you're a child. Okay? See ya!
Thank you, Ellen Smith, for that beautiful speech performance. Now, before we continue, to fill out your excitement, there will be another entertainment section. Let's cheer it up for Santo Joseph Junior High School.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Hear what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera.
When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me.
Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera.
Thank you for St. Joseph Junior High School for the entertainment section. Now we are going to move on to the sixth speaker for tonight. That is Maribeth Cheryl Yento from St. Hilarious Junior High School, Paratiga, with the title of Life is Began with Hope.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, let us express our gratitude and praise to God, His families, companions, and followers for all eternity. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that everyone desires happiness. Being happy makes life easier to endure. However, we occasionally experience unpleasant events that makes us sad. Sometimes, we are in a situation where we must endure difficult days. We believe we are part of incompetent in all areas, or maybe we feel like everything has gone wrong lately. We lack the energy to live each day cheerfully. Those are something that can be happen in life. The bad things that happen to us commonly cause us to lose hope. We may even confidence as a result of it. Besides, time is running out. Even when we are in pain, time continues to pass. If we do not want to heal, time will not heal us. We believe that God creates everything in pairs. If there is suffering, God will undoubtedly provide relief. If a leaf cannot fall without His surveillance, how can He not relieve the pain of His servant? There is always hope in despair. Instead of focusing on what caused us to fall, it is better to begin getting up and dealing with the pain so that we can grow as the individuals. We must be motivated to change and figure out what is required to be done. Do things that will help us become better. Whatever happens, please do not lose hope, because giving up is a sign that you no longer believe in the heart of yours. Nevertheless, sad events continues to be a part of our life. Let it be written down in the previous chapters of our life. Let us fill the following few blank sheets with something that is sweet. Everyone has their own journey. Remember that we have 1,000 doors yet to open. So, if a door is closed, there is 99 doors that waiting for us to be opened. There are so many adventures that we have not yet to go through. There are so many delicious food we have to try. There are so many love to share. We were born for a reason. Let us find the sense of our existence. That was all from me. Forgive me if I made a lot of mistakes. Thank you for your excellent attention. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much.
Now, that was an easy performance from Maribeth Sharon. And now, for our seventh speaker, we have Abigail Nicely from St. Hilary's Junior High School, Paratiga, with the title of My Past and My Future, the story of my life.
Good evening, dear our honorable English teacher and our beloved friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I was born in a simple family. I was raised by two amazing parents, and from when I was small until I was this, they have cared for me with great affection. My parents sent me to school and educated me to the fullest, until finally I can stand in here in front all of you. Like all parents, my parents also have a great expectation of me. During life, they never have sued me for everything, but precisely because of that, I am even more excited to reach my hope for them. Ever since I was little, I always want to make my family proud of me. Almost everyone must have experienced going through a moment that when they're asked about their dreams as a child, including myself. Since then until now, I have many dreams I want to achieve. In the past, I often doubt my own abilities, but thanks to the support and the love of my family, now I'm confident enough. The stories about my life are filled with stories about chasing dreams. I am a person with many dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, I realize that life doesn't always run smoothly. Big dreams definitely required a big effort too. Therefore, I always maximize my effort to stand out between strong competitors. I study very hard and also I improving myself, not only in brain intelligence, but also in soft skill as well. Human may dream, but the one who decides is still God. Even though I tried my best, failure can still happen. If one day my life suddenly went wrong at some point, then it doesn't matter because I'll have a plan I will pursue later. Ladies and gentlemen, life is all about patience and optimistic, don't you think? Don't you agree? Whatever dreams and hope I have, I always believing in myself that I become a success. Why? Because I always fight for the things I want. I will not give up until my dream come true. Even though I'm not doing my best right now, but in the future I will push myself even more to give my best. To success that I strive is for the happiness of my family. In the end, our life is all about sacrificing, praying, and loving. I always do these three things. Of course, accompany with the people that I care. I hope that God's destiny doesn't betray my effort. I hope that I can achieve my dream. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope the same thing happen to you and your life will full with blessing and positive thing. I think that's all I can say. Thank you so much for listening. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope my speech earlier can burn your spirit up, especially when continuing your life. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you for the amazing speech performance by Abigail. And now we are going to move on to the eighth speaker, Ivanka Jane Mario from St. Joseph Junior High School Bolivian with the title of Being Bullied and Emotions.
Hello guys, my name is Ivanka Jan Mario. Today I'm gonna do my speech, and the theme of the speech is story of my life, and the title of my speech is being bullied and emotion. I'm the second child of three siblings. I have one older brother and one younger sister. Now I'm in ninth grade in junior high school. I'm going to school at Junior High School St. Joseph. I have many hobbies. The most hobby that I like are drawing, painting, and dancing. My life was quite peaceful. I was born with normal conditions and be, and became a healthy child until now. My life is quite full of drama. It starts when I entered kindergarten until I'm at junior high school now. And I also have three friends. One of my friends also participates in this program. I'm getting join this program because I get interest to English. In the past, when I was little, I often get injured, like when I fell from the school stairs. My index finger was stabbed by staplers, and I also had a bloody fever until I kept no time for graduation photo when I was kindergarten. When I was little until now, I find that I was difficult to control my emotions. Like when I was angry, I want to punch someone or mad, yeah, tell something bad. From small things, people used to make fun of my Chinese name when I was put in a tutoring, where I was bullied by my own tutor and my friends from my school. When when I was in elementary school, I always I always thought that everyone I always thought that everyone hate me, like my teachers and my own parents hate me, because like I feel that I feel like they don't love me. I remember the time of my one of my classmates when I was one one grade. My classmate rubbed an iron ruler against my neck when I was in first grade. I tried to tell my teachers and my parents, but they didn't care. They thought that it was just a joke. It was a kid's joke, and I also constantly bullied until I graduated during elementary school. Yeah, like from one grade and sixth grade, I being bullied, and even my own cousins bullying me when we were in sixth grade when I was in elementary school. I think when I was sixth grade, I can't hold it at all, but now I can. When I entered seventh grade, I cried quite a lot at night when I was angry. I cannot really control my emotion, and I can't hold it at all. Like I can, if I mad, I can hit someone or hurt master my myself, and maybe my speech is about bullying and anger issues. I hope that my speech is help you guys and you guys enjoy my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Fanta. Now we have Ernestine Fredlina from Regina Pacis Junior High School, Belitung, with the title of If You Can Keep Your Head When All About You Are Losing Theirs and Blaming It on You.
Good morning, dear judges. Today, let me introduce myself. My name is Ernestine Fredlina. Today, let me deliver you a speech about mindset. First of all, let's praise God who gave us health today. Now, let me start my speech. If you can't keep your head when all about you are losing there and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all people doubt you, not make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not being tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies or being hated. Don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. Not make dreams your master, if you can dream, and not if you can think. And don't make thought your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat these two impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken like knives to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you give your life to broken, and stop and build them up with worn and tools, and risk it all on one turn of pitch and toss, and heap them off all your winnings and lose, and start at the beginnings. Don't say a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and sinew to serve the long term and when they are gone. So hold on when there's nothing in you expect. They will say to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowd and or keep your fear too, or walk with kings and never wait your common touch. If If neither false loving nor loving friends can hurt you, when all people count on you, but none too much. If you can feel the unforgiving minutes with 60-second worth of distance run, your is the everything that's in it, and which is your. You'll be a human. So this is the end of my speech today. Thank you for the time.
Thank you for the beautiful speech by Ernestine Katina. Now we are going to move on to the 10th speaker. Please welcome Elfie Tan from Catholic Junior High School, Tanjung Pinang, with the title of A Little Golden Memories.
Hello everyone! Today I want to tell you guys about the story of my life with the title A Little Golden Memories. There is a wise say that if you don't know, you don't love. Introduction is a gateway to unite the bones of several people who want to get to know each other and relate to each other. By getting to know someone, we are able to add friendship relations on a wider scale. My mom was giving my name with a little bit unique because my mother was inspired by a Chinese television actress. My friends call me Elfie or Fee. I'm not the type of person who opens up to people who I don't know for a long time. I'm also not the type of people who is to open with parents. I feel more comfortable being open with my close friends. I'm the only child. From the beginning, I often felt lonely at home because I didn't have friends to play. Since I was little, I always followed my mom to go with her to my aunt's house because my mother knew that I bored at home because I didn't have friends. I always visit my cousin's house on every holidays and on every Sundays. My cousin is lighten the mood. She is the funniest person. She always making a joke. While with her, I always have many golden memories. The most memorable moment was on my birthday. She stayed at my house. Wow, it took struggle to ask permission from her mother. Before we start the birthday party, we cleaned the place for the party before we started. After the party was over, we went to the playground, which is near my house. We rode bicycle and paint, and we do a lot of things. The next morning, both of us went to Dompa Bridge for morning cycling. I was so excited. In the afternoon, when she wanted to go home, I cried uncontrollably because I felt lonely again. Normally, little kid. Not only that, when we returned to my mother's hometown in Dabo, that is also the golden memories. Dabo is the one of the sub-district in the Singkep sub-district, Lingga Regency, Riau Archipelago province in Indonesia. Dabo Singkep is the original Malaland in the Riau Archipelago. Now, back to the story. Not only with my mother, there was my cousins and my aunts. When we were in the ship, I always want my cousin to sit beside me. The journey is very fun. Along the way, we play Uno cards. Talking about Uno cards, I think she is the queen of Uno cards. But how come? I always lose while playing with her. Not just playing Uno card, but we also drawing and eat together. Even we sleep together. I think only this that I can tell about my most golden memories. Thank you for watching.
Thank you again for the beautiful speech. And now, here we are again in the entertainment section, our favorite part of this evening live stream. I welcome you a storytelling from Tunas Karya Vocational High School with the title of Ujang Kata.
today I would like to tell you a story from Bangka Belitung called Bujang Kata. There was an old woman, and she lived alone in her hut. She was a poor farmer, and she didn't have a husband, but she prayed to God to give her a son. She hoped her son could help her to work in the rice field. Oh God, please give me a son. I really want to have a son, although he looks like a frog. Prayed the old woman. Finally, God answered her prayer. The old woman was pregnant, and later, the baby was born. And surprisingly, the baby looks like a frog. At first, the old woman was very, very sad. But as her promise, the old woman loved her baby with all of her heart. The baby grew as a kind man who was very strong and obedient to his mother. People call him Bujang Kata. Bujang means a young man and Kata means a frog. Bujang Kata was little and he wants to get married, but he didn't want to marry a girl in his village. Do you know what? He wants to marry one of the king's 7 daughters. Mother, I want to get married. With who, son? With one of the king's 7 daughters. Are you sure? That will be very, very difficult. I know, Mom, but we always have time to try, right? Finally, the old woman and Bujang Kata went to the king's place. At that place, Bujang Kata told the king about his marriage proposal. I really appreciate your courage, young man, but I cannot make any decision. I will ask my 7 daughters to give their opinion and decision. One by one, all of the king's 7 daughters start to give their opinion. The first daughter didn't say a good things to him. You know what? She insulted him. Oh my goodness, you are so ugly. I mean, like, no wonder people call you Bujang because you really looks like a frog. The second daughter also said bad things to him. You're very, very poor, and I didn't want to have a poor husband. I want to have a very, very handsome and rich husband. Until finally, there was the youngest princess' turn. She was the prettiest and the kindest princess. She didn't say bad things to him. You know what? The last princess accepted Bujang Kata marriage proposal. I will marry him, father. And everyone was surprised. All of the king's 7 daughters, all of the elder king's 7 daughters, just laughing at her. Are you sure, sister? He's just very, very poor and looks like a frog. I mean, like, why? Why? The king was very, very shocked. But then the king asked Bujang Kata to do something very difficult to cancel the marriage. I will let you marry my daughter, but you have to build a golden bridge from your house to this place. Finally, Bujang Kata and her mother went home. Bujang Kata's mother was very sad and confused. Son, how can you build a golden bridge? We don't have any gold. I know, Mom. I will pray to God to help me. Bujang Kata prayed day and night until finally, one day, Bujang Kata Katap's skin was removed. It was very, very amazing. His head was turned. Ujang Katap became a very handsome man. The old woman burned all of the removed skin. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? All of the removed skin was turned to be a gold. Slowly, Ujang Katap built a golden bridge by that gold. Finally, the golden bridge was built. The youngest princess was very, very happy. She had a very handsome and rich husband. They finally getting married. And all of the eldest sisters were jealous, and they'll be more jealous when the king asked Ujang Katap to be the new king. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the story is do not judge someone just by their appearance, just like a food. Don't judge a book by its cover. Well, that's for me. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, Tunas Vocational High School, for the entertainment. Now we are going to continue. For the 11th speaker, we have Michael Lee from Tunas Vocational High School with the title of How Hobby Changes My Life.
Hello everyone, welcome back with me, and today I will tell you about story of my life. And this time I will tell you about how my hobby can change my life. And this all started when I was in my childhood. When I was in my childhood, I was not interested in any other things except the television. And why about the television? It's because in the television there are a lot of things that I like to watch. And one of the most favorite channels, it was, what it's called again? Cartoon Network. We can watch like the Amazing World of Gumball, Uncle Grandpa, Steven Universe, and many others. I also wanted to watch the other kind of channels like Disney or Fox Movies or HBO. But sadly, my family cannot or refuse to subscribe the monthly pack channels that contains all of those that I mentioned earlier. And one day, my uncle showed up from the city to my village, because when I was still in childhood, I was living in Tempilang. It was kind of a small village, and many other people might not know about this. And after that, my uncle showed me this magical thing that's called a tablet. At that time, I didn't know what a tablet is. And so my uncle began to show up some of his games, like, what it was again? I think it was Angry Birds. Yeah, Angry Birds. And fishing or others. And that time I was so excited when my uncle showed me about these games. There are also some RPG games like Inotia. And then I talked to my uncle, hey uncle, how about you give me that tablet? I know I was so rude because I lack of manner. And then my mom just discussed it with my uncle, and then when my uncle was about to go home, my mom gave me the tablet, and I was so happy that I get one. Then this was the moment I fell down. Because of the tablet, I played so many games and I forgot to interact with other people. I will lock myself in a room and play games all day long, till probably from morning to noon. And my parents are so upset with that. and then this will continues to probably to high school. Yeah, from kindergarten, primary school, and junior high school. I was so obsessed with this gadget, and I have played a lot of online games. And then after that, I was kind of bored with all of this. I want to change. I want to do something positive with myself that can benefit for my future self. I really regret that I was spending too much time on the gadget. So I was in a search of my hobby. I cannot say that the gadget is my hobby. But one day, after trying all of the kind of sports that will give me the pleasure for me when I played it, and there was a table tennis. Yeah, it began when I was in first grade of vocational high school, and people start to play table tennis around my area, and I was so excited and I want to play it. And then I give it a try then. I played once, and it was kind of fun because it's really simple and not exhausting yourself from playing it. The ball just bounces around and you gotta hit it around the net. It's really fun. And then I started to play more and more. And I start to train myself from watching YouTube videos about tutorial how to get good on table tennis. And since that, I was interacting more with other people. And I hope this will also continue so that I can improve myself for the future. And that's about it, and thank you.
What an amazing speech. And now, for our top speaker, we have Sering Zoma Chen from St. Yusuf High School, Tanjung Balai, Karimun, with the title of Little Moments, Big Memories.
Little moments, big memories. Life is not about chasing, it's about living. All our life we are chasing things oblivious to the fact that's the journey which makes life interesting rather than the destination. Memories are one of the most crucial things we can cherish throughout our lives. They build up our personality as all our knowledge and previous experience are stored there. Memories can be both good and bad. There are memories either from long ago or from the recent past. In our critical times, we may get some refreshment by recalling our memories. We can run our lives smoothly with the help of these memories. Childhood memories are an important part of our life. The happiest, incredible, and unforgettable memories of childhood are quite hard to stop remembering, because it's the best part of everybody's life. It's far from that phase of our life while we were free from sorrows and issues. We can spend time without any fear and stress. My story would be incomplete without the story of my family. Let us now go back to the day when I was not so tall. I was born and brought up in a very adorable family. I have a sibling and we used to play in the park in front of my house together. I have all the loving memories with them, especially with my sister. My little sister and I are definitely completed opposites. I'm more outspoken but nice, and she is sensitive and emotional. Not only these differences make us argue, but we rarely spend time doing the same thing. I remember each and every game we used to play together. Every moment is very precious to me. In the afternoon, we used to play skipping rope and our nearby, and the memory of playing in the ground together are so mesmerizing. Another beautiful thing I can remember is family picnic moments. We would carry packed food from home that my mother used to cook. When I look at those pictures now, the memories came alive. Today, so many things have changed,
but my childhood memories are still fresh in my heart. It feels so refreshing to relive them again and again. My childhood memories are very close to my heart and make me smile on my difficult days. The moments that I remember very fondly was when I going to swimming class with my sister. I've always loved playing in the water, and swimming in the cold pool was always so exciting for me. Even though I loved the water, at first I could not swim as I was not aware of the basic of the sport. On the other side, my sister could swim easily as she's a quick learner. Slowly, I learned to kick and paddle. It became easier to swim in shallow water, and I still remember the day I decided to get off my fears and dive into the deep end of the pool. I instantly jumped into the water and the fear was gone. I swam like a fish to the other end of the pool. That day also taught me a valuable lesson about taking the first step in any daunting task. We should all cherish our childhood memories as they can always be our companion, our place of solitude. Those little moments make the biggest memories. The days were free of complexity and full of innocence. Hence, they are so close to heart. Time doesn't stop for anyone. Those memories are very essential in our life. We should remind ourselves of all the loving memory. Whenever we recall our childhood memories, it makes us laugh and feel very joyful. Edith Eger once said, "Our childhood memories are often fragments, brief moments, or encounters, which together form of the scrapbook of our life." That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirin, for the speech performance. Now we are going to the next speaker, Albert Presley Pianigo from St. Joseph High School, Pangkal Pinang, with the title of Learning from Your Mistakes.
You guys might have probably heard of people saying something like, "I've never did any mistakes," which is obviously a lie, because mistakes is something we do or encounter. Though there is a way that it could be avoided or at least be prevented, learning from mistakes is one of the best ways to avoid it. Learning from mistakes is definitely something that we once tried to do to be a better person. I actually have a short story about me making a mistake and actually learning from it. So it was 3 years ago, back when I was still in 8th grade in middle school. It's still under quarantine, so I guess everybody knows how it's like. You become lazier, you put your time more on your phone because there are no one to scold you if you do so. Well, that's for me. And you're in your room, so you're free to do anything. But I did become lazy. And back then, I almost didn't attend any Zoom meetings. I just fill in the attendance list and didn't do anything related to school after. But I was not that lazy. I still do some of the works that the teacher gave me or the test that they gave. At the time, my books were almost empty. Maybe I felt like 1 page per book, but I don't know, I've already forgotten. Anyways, then one day near the end of the semester 1, I received so many messages from the teachers asking me to finish off my works. And I did do it. I did finish off my works, but I didn't really give my best at it, so the grades that I got weren't really that great. So then when it's time to take my report card, my parents took it and gave it to me. And when I opened the report card to see the grade that I got, it was bad, but somehow I cared less about it. It was until the end of the first half of semester 2. It's time to receive my report card again. My parents received it and gave it to me. And it was really horrible that I didn't even believe that it was mine at the time. And that's where I have a little will to fix it. But it was too late, so I accepted the result of my deeds. And from that incident is where I said to myself that I must change in grade 9 and try my best to get a higher grade. So months have passed after that incident, and I'm in ninth grade. I try to not miss any schoolworks that the teacher gave me and do it in time. But I still have the bit of the laziness in me, so I guess you guys know how it goes. 2 semesters have passed, and I received my report card again. And the grades are actually starting to get better, but I was still not pleased, and I'm starting to get a greater will to be better in high school. And here I am now. I'm in high school. I've been getting higher grades than before when I was still ninth grade and becoming more productive. And I also realized that after I get my schoolworks done, I became a more peaceful person because there are basically no problems to worry about. Learning from mistakes is also the best way to develop yourself to be better and prevent you from repeating it. Well, I still have a long way to go and still have more things to improve on. So it's definitely the best thing you can do to learn from your mistakes. Even if it's already too late, who knows if it still can be fixed. The lesson that I learned over the past 2 years is that learning and noticing your mistakes earlier and trying to fix it before it's too late is the best thing to do, instead of just procrastinating and think of something like, there's still some time, let's stay being lazy until I feel like changing. No, you should not do that. It will just make the situation even worse. And if you're trying to change, you just have to take it slowly and don't rush it. That is all from me. Thank you for listening. And I wish my speech was also motivating enough to get you guys motivated to be better also.
Thanks again for that good performance. Now, for the 14th place, we have Stephanie Lee from St. Joseph High School, Pangkal Pinang, with the title of Blessing of My Life.
Hello everyone! I think you already know what will I do today. I will give a speech about a little bit of story of my life. But before I start, let's give thanks to God because we can gather here in a good condition. Okay, the blessings of my life. It is a blessing to have the opportunity to live a fulfilling life. We are fortunate to have the ability to pursue our passions, develop our talents, and make a positive impact on the world around us. We should be grateful for the support and guidance of our loved ones who help us to grow and thrive. We should also be thankful for the opportunities that come our way, as they allow us to learn and grow. Well, I have a story about achievements or maybe a little bit of memories that I really remember until now, and I feel like God always blessed me in that moment. When I was in elementary school, I always won any of competition. There was a painting contest, drawing contest, or the other child contest. And also, I always got top 5 rank in my class. And the top 5 in my class went until I was in high school now. And thank God, I never got out of the top 5 ranks. The story about achievements, achieving what I want, is of course accompanied by effort, like studying until I can't sleep all night. You know that I often cry a lot because I feel like I can't do this, but what? We can get through everything if we try. But I really cry a lot. Maybe for some of you guys think that cry is really pointless, but for me it just makes me feel relieved, especially when I have a lot of assignment. Like, oh my god, this school is very stressful. I feel like I just want to go out from this house school and get married. Just kidding. It's just a short and temporary thought. And I also have supported family. My mom, my dad, and my brother really love me, and I love them back. Of course, they really try to give their best to me, even though I often argue with them. A supportive family can provide love, encouragement, and guidance to its member. Having a supportive family can make a big difference in a person's life. It can help individuals to feel valued, appreciated, and loved. I can communicate openly and honestly with my family, and I am able to express my feelings, thoughts, and opinions without fear of judgment or criticism. My family also provides its member with emotional and practical support, such as offering a listening ear when someone is going through a difficult time, or providing help with household chores or other responsibilities. Overall, a supportive family can provide a sense of security and belonging, and can play an important role in a person's well-being and happiness. And now I feel like I didn't have any long story about my life, and maybe many of you guys think that I just want to show off, even though I'm not. I want you to be motivated so that you can fight more on anything in your life. If you only think it's God's blessing without effort, you're very wrong. To get what we want, of course, we have to accompany it by good effort and good intentions. And it is important to remember that blessings come in many forms. Some blessings are tangible, such as good health, a roof over our heads, and food on our tables. Other blessings are intangible, such as the love of our families, the support of our friends, and the joy that comes from pursuing our passions. No matter what form our blessings take, it is important to recognize and appreciate them. We should strive to be thankful for the blessings in our life and to use them to make the world a better place. By doing so, we can live lives that are rich and fulfilling and that bring us and those around us joy and happiness. That's it for my speech today. I actually don't really intend to tell my life story. I just want you to be able to take the positive values from the speech that I made. So, thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Thank you, Stephanie, for the good speech performance. Now we are going to move on to the 15th speaker, Frederick and Junior from St. Maria High School in Vietnam, with the title of A Small Thread on the Spiderweb of My Life.
Everyone has their own metaphysical spiderweb known as their life, where every day you weave a thread representing memories, and with each point of conjunction representing the people that you meet, where other people's thread intertwines with yours. Today, I'd like to share with you all a small thread on the spiderweb known as my life. On 10th May 2022, my family and I flew to Jakarta to attend my brother's graduation ceremony from his college that was due to be at the 13th. When I went on the airplane, I kept thinking about how it will be the first time I will be going to Jakarta ever since I was little, with the last time I've been there being more than 10 years ago. Keep in mind that I am currently 16 years old, so it's been a while. During the flight, even when I knew that planes fly above the clouds, it was still a surreal feeling seeing the clear water we drink every day being condensed into that white fluffy looking pile of vapor that was below my line of sight, almost in my reach. When we landed, I took notice that it was still hot as ever there in Jakarta. Not really a surprise since Indonesia's weather just consists of either rain or feeling like a desert 24/7. Anyways, my family and I then met up with my brother shortly after in the airport and headed to his home. The following 2 days were spent exploring malls and to walk around the city with my brother. On the 13th, I got to meet my family from my father's side for the first time in years. And I met up with my uncle who, for the whole trip, insisted on introducing me to foods that I haven't really been eating before or were not really available at where I live, such as tripe soup, which consisted of stomachs of farm animals, and roasted duck, which honestly they both tasted really good. I haven't really kept in touch with them, so it was a nice surprise to see that the cousins whom I've only seen from old photos have grown a lot since then, and to see their personalities, to see how they were really friendly, and how we got along well despite the many years of silence was a nice experience to me as a socially anxious person, and I will always remember it as a new kind of memory. We then stayed at my aunt's home after my brother's graduation has finished and took a trip the next day, which took 5 hours too long, where we walked across Situgunung Suspension Bridge, which is the longest suspension bridge in Southeast Asia, and we also visited the waterfall there. It was pretty small, but it was the first actual waterfall that I've seen, so it was really good. I thought going across the bridge initially was gonna be a terrifying experience, but to my surprise, it was honestly quite pleasant. The breezy wind indicating the incoming rain that slightly rocked the bridge, while I looked into the fog that was covering the surrounding lush greenery of the forest. It sounds cliche, and it is, and it sounds like it came from a book, but it's true. I wished that I had recorded it with my phone, but going across the bridge with my phone that was rocking quite it was it's gonna be really scary, if my phone fell, so I didn't really had the confidence to record it. I seldom experiment or try new things, but this trip to Jakarta has really changed my views about exploration in general. On the day before flying back to my home province, Tanjung Pinang, my family and I bid farewell to my brother and to my uncle, who gave us a really nice ride to the airport as we took a flight back to Tanjung Pinang. After this trip, I sometimes like to reminisce about the whole experience of it all, how I've met the family that I sometimes have forgotten to have ever existed, and how I had took all of that for granted. The threads you weave years ago will always connect to your current self. The good and the bad, your mistakes and your flaws, are all a part of you that you have to accept and try to improve upon, so you can be a better you in the future. It was a really fun yet tiring trip and an unforgettable experience, and I will always cherish this small thread on this incomplete spiderweb known as my life. Thank you all for listening.
What a beautiful speech from Frederick Henry Jr. And now we're going to the next speaker, which is actually my classmate. Her name is Sabrina Wijaya from Santa Maria High School, Tanjung Pinang, with the title of First Met with My Best Friend Changed My Whole Life.
Hi everyone, today I will tell you my speech and the title of my speech is First Met with My Best Friend Changed My Whole Life. So I have friends from childhood and I'm sure that you guys also have it. Me and her was 1 year apart, and I'm really sorry that I cannot mention her name in this speech because it was her privacy, so yeah. So the first time I met her is when we were in Puerto, because my mom and her aunt were best friends at the time, so they decided to walk together. And when we arrived there, I felt really shy at the time because I was so small, like I was 4 or 5 grade at that time, and when I saw her, my first reaction was, I think this girl is arrogant and did not like to socialize to others, and I decided to not talk to her until when the weather is changed suddenly. It rained heavily at the time, and I wanted to go to the toilet. So I asked my mom if she could accompany me to go to the toilet, but she said that she can't, and because she was so busy at the time. So I ran to my father and asked him to accompany me to the toilet, and he said cannot too. But my father said that I should go with Jigglypuff, or my best friend, and go there together. And after that, he gave me a small umbrella that me and her could share together. So we walked there together with one small umbrella, and then after we done and I was washing my hands, I tried to talk to her. Actually, I was very, very, very nervous at the time, and I was thinking that should I talk to her or not. And after all that, I decided to talk to her. And when I talked to her, I was so relieved that she was a really good girl and fun girl too. And from that time, we are getting closer, like taking pictures together, spending time together, and also we become close because my mom and her aunt always go walks together, and we both also decided to follow them, and we met again. And after all that incident, I feel like she was my first idol because she is very pretty, very smart, and very cool girl. And I feel like I really want to be like her. I feel that I cannot lose her for any circumstance. And also, I feel like she is the most important people for me, and she can inspire me to do something better for my future. And because of her, I really get excited when I became so often study and care about my face too, care about my beauty, and also she told me that I could be a cool girl like her, and she support me with everything, and she also helped me a lot. I really think that she really a good girl, and yeah. For every people out there, I really hope that you could treat your best friend better, and I hope your friendship will not break until the end of your life, and treat your own best friend like your own family, and don't let them disappoint with you. And that's all for my speech. Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful speech, and thank you to everyone that has submitted their speech for this evening show. Before we end it with a closing, there's going to be another entertainment section. It's a song this time with the title of Last Christmas, performed by the one and only Santo Yosef High School.
Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you give it away. This year, to save me from tears, I give it to someone special. Last Christmas Christmas, I give you my heart, but the very next day, you give it away. This year, to save me from tears, I give it to someone special. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. One sweeter and twice shy. I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. Merry Christmas, Robin and Sandy. With not saying I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been, but if you kiss me now, I know you fool me again. Last Christmas, I give you my heart, but the very next day, you give it away. This year, you save me from tears, I give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I give you my heart, but the very next day, you give it away. This year, you save me from tears, I give you to someone special. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Christmas is a time for love and fun, a time to reshape souls and roads and skies, a time to give your heart to everyone, freely, like a rich and lavish sun, like a burning star to those whose lonely sighs show need of such a time for love and fun, for children first whose pain is never done, whose bright white fire of a grace never dies. It's time to give your heart to everyone, that not one angel fall, to heather one for lack of ears to listen to her cries, or arms to carry him towards love and fun, or friends to care what happens on the run to adult life where joy or sadness lies. It's time to give your heart to everyone, for God loves all and turns his back on none, good or twist, ignorant or wise. Christmas is a time for love and fun, a time to give your heart to everyone.
Thank you for the entertainment section by St. Joseph High School. But now we have to wrap up today's performance because it's time, and it's been a fun time being here this evening, and we hope you have a great time too, because we will see you next time on the next Youth Leadership Program speech performance.
Goodbye.